It's the same demographic every single time. It's the white gays who feel that they can rant and rave and say whatever the fuck they want without consequence.
Hello, DJ, drag superstar, and all-round icon and humble human being, Jodie Harsh here. Welcome to Tea Time with Attitude Magazine, a weekly show where I'll be spilling the freshly brewed tea with the latest eliminated queen from RuPaul's Drag Race UK. Today, I'm joined by Sister Sister. Sister Sister!
Oh my God, fancy seeing you here.
Congratulations on making the top 6.
Thank you, I know, right? Good for me. Might get it tattooed as a tramp stamp.
Did you think that it was your time to go?
You know, I felt like it was a lovely full circle moment for me. And also, I'd said goodbye to all my closest friends. I'd sent them all packing. It was just easier rather than getting to know the rest of them, which would have been too much work because they're all awful. No, I just... and yeah, it kind of, you know, when it was like one of those moments where everything just like sort of slots together and I was like, I'm still going to give it beans. I'm still going to give it my all. But if this is my time, I will bow down and graciously accept it.
We saw you say that it wasn't your week to be in the bottom. Who would you have put in your place?
Tasa's look wasn't as strong. Yeah, okay, she was covered in her own blood, but that's on her. And Ahura was right to be in the top, actually. Lawrence pulled it out at the last minute. Oh God, Bimini was literally wearing a curtain, which actually looked quite camp. I was very vocal about Ellie's look, actually. I do think it looked like a shower curtain, but you know what? It's because it was.
Yeah. But the judges didn't exactly dig your Garden of Eden inspired outfit, but you stood by it. So how do you feel about that look now? Like, is your opinion on it still, you love it?
Jodie, I love it.
Yes, I did too.
It's so obnoxious and just all the primary colours are there. I think it's just so in your face and stupid that, yeah, I still stand by it.
Let's put this to bed for once and for all. Was there any inspiration, accidental or otherwise, you know what I'm going to say, taken from Ahura's fish and chips beach look? Or was it just a complete coincidence?
I think the time has come for me to hand on heart say, absolutely fucking not. Yeah. No. It's more of a conversation about a breakdown in communication, because technically somewhere along the line we should have gone, okay, girl, we're making very similar outfits. Like, why would you want to create a competition within a competition?
Who wore it best?
Do you know what? And Ahura's was absolutely stunning. I'm not going to lie about that. But I think they worked well and we'd style them very differently. I still stand by it. We style them very, very differently. It's such a shame that when you're in such a melting pot like Drag Race, if anything similar comes down that runway, it's immediately like, oh, well, you have to pit those two together.
Totally. And the gag is that in this week's episode, we saw Ahura sporting the glittery blue face makeup that looked very much like your signature look.
I recognized that, yeah.
Inspiration herself?
I think she might have done. Let me tweet her and ask.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, bitch. Where did you get that from?
We saw Raven giving makeup advice out as well. Are you using Raven's makeup advice on how to cover your bit?
I mean, it's ultimately going to end up in laser for me at some point. I hate shaving. I've just got one of those faces though where it's just a gruff beard.
I had laser and trust me, it's painful.
But it works though, right?
It's like an elastic band being like slapped on your face repeatedly. It does work, yeah, but just take some ibuprofen before.
Okay, good to know. I'm kind of like a masochist though. I think I'll really enjoy the pain.
In that case, you'll love it.
I'll be like that, oh my God, get me again, ow.
Now, you revealed on social media last week that you've been subjected to a lot of online abuse. How are you doing now?
I'm doing great now. I think there's been a 180 in people's attitudes. I think the people that it was targeted at, hopefully the majority of them have read it and gone, okay, fair point.
Accountability, right? Yeah.
And, you know, it's ultimately not about policing anyone's fun or policing the tone of anything. It's just saying what you say online has consequences, right? That's all you have to do. Before you hit send, before you hit tweet, just think about what you're saying. It's self-awareness.
And toxicity in Drag Race fandom has been spoken about by many of the queens who've entered the show over the years. So how much of a problem does it continue to be? A big one?
It's the same demographic every single time. It's the white gays who feel that they can rant and rave and say whatever they want without consequence. It's always the same. And I think as a community, we have to look inwards a little bit more.
It's probably such a small percentage of the actual viewership and fandom of Drag Race. And also the show is based so heavily on love. I mean, one of Rue's catchphrases, like, everybody say love.
Ultimately, it would be such a shame if anything happened to the show at the hands of the almighty troll.
How much support have you had from the other queens? Have they all been checking in on you?
Yeah. You know, I've got a really good support system with, like, I speak to Tia every day. Cherry, who is a mental health advocate anyway, very, very publicly, you know, which is good because it's literally the opposite of what you know, the toxic fandom is. A queen similar to Bimini, who will actively tweet and say, guys, no, stop doing it. Like, this is not what this is about. And, you know, Ginny Lemon, who loves me but trolls me at the same time. So still trying to catch up with that one.
Speaking of Ginny Lemon, so you were involved in, like, one of the biggest gags in Drag Race history when your good friend Ginny Lemon abandoned the lip sync and sent herself home. So how did you feel about that at the time? Because she said that she did it because she didn't want to get in the way of your dream. But how do you feel about that?
You know, I think me and Ginny Lemon's love is so deep.
Yeah.
Unnaturally, disturbingly deep. That I think she did it. She is that person who would sort of self-sacrifice for a friend. Also, when you're filming, there is a lot going on. I think there was a couple of factors. There always is in anyone's decision-making process when you're filming Drag Race. There's a lot. There's never one distinct thing. You know, I mean, it worked. It worked to my advantage.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jen.
Sister, thank you so much for coming on and talking to us.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure. I'm loving all those Kit Kat wrappers behind you, by the way. I'm starving.
I ate
Whisper Gold. Oh, girl. Lend us one. Give us a finger.
Thanks for watching Tea Time, served to you by Attitude Magazine. Subscribe to Attitude's YouTube so you never miss an episode of scalding hot content with the next queen to be eliminated from Drag Race UK. See you next week. Like, comment and share the video with your best squirrel friends.